Brian, Fatsack Tackle. Want to talk to you today about the new Fatsack Tackle A-rigs that we're now releasing to the market. We finally got them all dialed in. We're making 3 different rigs. We've got the striper rig, the crusher rigs, and the Arizona rigs. Arizona being, in Nevada here, you can only use 2 hooks. In Arizona, you can only use two hooks. So California is still 3, and you got to check your local regulations on what your hook situation is. But out here in the West, we can either fish 2 or 3 hooks. But today I want to talk to you about our striper rig, how to put it together, and the stuff you're going to need to go with it. So you're going to need an A-rig. You're going to need swim bait heads. Fatsack Tackle is now offering swim bait heads. You're going to need some owner centering pin springs in the medium size, or you're going to need the Picasso dummy heads with the medium screw in the back. You're going to need a couple of swivels. They don't necessarily need to be ball bearing, they can be crane. And you're going to need a couple of size 3 split rings, split ring pliers, and then swim baits of your choice. We fish anywhere from the Bass Pro Shop Speed Shads to the Kitex to the tail slappers. So it's kind of a personal preference up to that point. So let's jump right in here, and I want to talk to you about how to put the striper rig together. So how it's going to come when you get it at the store, it's going to come in the tube, and I basically keep the wires kind of pushed down when I put it in the tube. But so what you're going to need to do is when you pull it out of the package, first thing you want to do is you're going to want to point the bait away from you with the center wire kind of directly at you. You're going to want to take your top 2 wires, which are your dummy wires, and you're going to want to push them up just a little bit, kind of at a 45-degree away from each other. Okay? And then on the bottom wires, the same thing. You're going to want to kind of push them forward just a little bit so that as it swims through the water, it gives it a bait fish profile. Okay? So the next step to this process is the keeling. And what I want to talk to you quick about keeling is, once you get this bait rigged up, if you don't keel the bait properly with the weighting of your swim bait heads, it'll tend to want to spin through the water. But there's an easy trick to fix that. And here's the rule of thumb. The rule of thumb is, whatever you put on your 2 outside hooked baits, you want the center bait to be 1 size down. So for example, we use a lot of 3/8 and quarter. So you're going to want your 2 outside baits to be 3/8 size, your back wire to be quarter. So what that does is, once it hits the water, it'll allow the bait to spin and rotate and then swim straight through the water throughout the whole cast. Alright? So at Fatsack Tackle, we are now offering swim bait heads in 4 colors, 4 sizes. So let's start with our 3/8 on the outside rig here. So you're going to push it down, and then you want to thread on your swim bait. Pretty easy to do with these swivels that I put onto the bait. So basically, there's 1. 2. Okay, and then now you're going to do your last, your center wire, which is going to be the 1/4 ounce. So we got the 2 3/8 on, now we're going to put the 1/4 ounce on. Okay, we're halfway there. So the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to figure out if you want to use the owner centering pins, which are really easy to do. All you do on these is you take them out, pack, grab a couple. You only need 2. There's a threading start on the pin. You just hook it on the outside and roll it right onto the wire. Okay, looks just like that. Then you would just thread your swim baits right onto that. No big deal. But today I'm going to do the harder one, which is the Picasso head, and I like them in the 16th ounce for your dummies. So what you're going to need for this is you're going to need a number 3 split ring and a pair of split ring pliers. So you attach the split ring onto the head. Then you attach a crane swivel to the split ring. Thread it on. And then one more split ring on the other end. And then at this point, while the split ring is still open, I will hook it onto my dummy wire on my A-rig. So that's what it looks like when it's rigged up. Okay, you're going to do that twice on the striper rig. And then you hang your last dummy on, and your rig is pretty much built. That's what it looks like. Okay, now the only other thing you got to do is hang your swim baits on. We recommend using the 2.8 Keytex or the 3-inch speed shads on your dummy heads. On your 2 outside rigs, we recommend the 3.8s for your outside 2, and then on your back one, we recommend a 4.8. Stripers like a little bit bigger profile bait, and that's pretty much how you do it. Thanks for watching, and hope you catch a lot of fish. Thanks.